One thing I noticed about some janitor users coming over to Chub is that there aren't enough tokens in the bots. And I must say, tokens do not equal a good quality bot. It's just not true. Now, if we open one bot, this has 1,317 tokens, but we need more information in it. In order to keep the bot nice and tidy, we will have a lore book. This lore book is connected directly to the bot. It has your scan depth, how much of the request to fill with the lore, and recursive scanning, which means if one lore book entry activates, will it activate another one? And this is where we can put other information. We can put separate characters, like we need to know the relationship between them, and any other information. This is where a lot of RPG bots will come. A lot of their bulk information about the world or extra details that we don't need to put in and have constantly cycled in our chat memory. Now, let's say I like this bot, but I made a lot of changes, or maybe I made like a gender bent or something of the like. Then I would fork the bot, but it would fork a new version under my own account. This is not the same as re-uploading the bot. This will link back to the original, but first it will make a copy of it that will be directly under my account. I can also, down here, add this character to a group chat. You can do the same. Just, you'd have to have your chat already going. You can favorite it, or you can report it. Now, this is only if you notice that their tags are missing. If this is a very interesting photo, it is illegal to host this content. Various things like not safe for work, underage, things like that. Or if this content is mine and it's posted here with my permission, if this is not a fork, it has to be posted separately, and you need to include the link to the original content. Now, that is handled by the devs only, and it can take a while for it to be done. Tags are handled by a separate team, and that follows under these two. Okay, let us upload a bot. I'm using a bot I made on Filmy Tavern to upload to Chub. So it's going to upload my little character image and take all my description from Silly Tavern, as well as my initial message and my alternate greetings. Now, alternate greetings are fun because you can add as many as you want. In sample dialogues, I put enough in my initial message that I don't feel the need to use them, but that is up per person. I use a fancy little way of bot making. I can publish under my username. I can publish anonymously. Unlisted is a fun feature, so this can set it to, you can link it to people and they don't have to see it publicly, or if you wanted to make someone a private bot, that's where you would go. I do not suggest hitting this button right here and just self-tagging. As you can see, you need characters with more tags, but I'm not going to publish this one. And the in-chat name is if you have, let's say, I want to make it BMC, and I want to put his own tag in there, but I just want it when he's in chat to be Reds. Your creator's notes, this is where you could upload little chibis, some custom CSS like you saw in the last video where someone had a little chibi. Depending on if I kept the footage in. If not, sorry. Taglines, make sure you keep it short. Content policy. Also, if you are coming from a certain dog website, this would be where you would make your bots private. Because maybe the creator of your bot has not come over. It is very, very, very highly recommended you make it private. It is just common courtesy, so you can enjoy it over here, but the person doesn't feel like you're stealing their work. Now, if we wanted to make a lore book ourselves, we could upload, we'll just put a photo of me, and we will just call this the Chicken Lore Book. You can put a tagline or what bots are connected to it, any extra notes. So maybe if this is like an RPG generated sort of deal, you can put this is information for this world, this is just character definition. You can make it public, private, or unlisted. Maybe you have a private lore book just for your persona. I would make it private. The ratings, if there's any not safe for work definition, published anonymously, tags, all the fun things, and then your lore book definitions. So now we're in the lore book definition, the character book name. You can see the official documentation, but this is sort of a short walkthrough on how to use it. So we made 2 entries and we want to edit them. So our keyword would be the word that would activate our lore book, and a secondary one means that we need both of these to activate the lore book. Content would be obviously the information that needs to be sent to the LLM. I will say, side note, that sometimes the LLM will have this information and it will not have a way to fit it into the reply. Enable insertion order, case sensitivity if you want to be grammarly correct and make sure that whoever's using your bot is using it with proper grammar. Priority, the lower the priority, the less likely it is to reach with the token budget. Selective, and or not. So if you wanted and include this or not include the secondary keys. Constant if the lore book trigger is always on and the chance of it activating when the entry is triggered. You can add as many entries as you want to your lore book. You can import a lore book if you've made one elsewhere. You can edit your scan depth. If you don't know what you're doing, I would leave it. But as you get more into it, you can figure out how you like your lore books to be set up. Okay, so if we wanted to add a lore book that is not already added to our character, we would go to chat settings and get rid of this lore book. And then we would look for the lore book by name. So this is the lore book I use with this character, and it's kind of connected. So obviously I want to add that and save settings. But sometimes people will make more in-depth lore books for certain anime worlds, and you can add them to your chat even if they're not connected to the bot.